she was like, Tony, if I can forgive you, why you can't forgive yourself? And it sort of blew my mind. I was like, during the jury trial or whatever, you know, the judge asked you, you got anything you want to say to the crime victim's family? And I told her that, you know, I was sorry and I apologized for taking a loved one away from her. And, you know, she just shed tears, I shed tears. And once I got incarcerated, just out the blue, she just sent me a card, like, today's topic, with a teddy bear at the telegram station, today's topic is thinking about you. And she was like, I was wondering, you know, what are you doing? You know, I believed in you. She said, out of the three of y'all, she said, I believe you. You know, you sound sincere, you know, this, that, and we just constantly bonded. I would write her back. I mean, I got sacks and sacks of letters where she's corresponding with me. If I'm not feeling too well or whatever down, I can write her a letter, and she always just send back support. She has bought me a package, a care package in there. She asked me did I get up my gift, and I'm like, what gift? She just up and do stuff like that, you know, and surprised me. And I know she was like, I was having a hard time with forgiving myself. And she said this, and she was like, Tony, if I can forgive you, why you can't forgive yourself? And it sort of blew my mind. I was like, you know, I just, you know, it was involved with taking your loved one away. She said, no. She said, but God got me, and this is, I'm telling you this directly. I got out, like I say, I wanted to take her to dinner still. Me and my mom would go somewhere and just talk or whatever. But she's been very supportive, you know. Like in 2019, I came up for parole. And I noticed I hadn't heard from her in like a month. And we normally write 2 letters a month apiece. And she was like, you probably wonder why you haven't heard from me. She was like, I went to your parole hearing. She said they wasn't going to let me in, but she said I talked to the sheriff and he let me in anyway. And she said, I've been down there advocating for you to get out of prison. And, you know, ever since then, we just, like now out the blue, she might call me like, how you doing? You know, da-da-da-da-da, this, that, and the third. So I was just calling, checking on you. You know, it's, you know, that meant a lot to me, and that lifted my spirit up and morale a little bit, you know. And like I said, we constantly talk now, you know. And then it's like, I had my CV pass, which that's a pass where you can go to like AA meetings and NA meetings and stuff. So it's me and another guy that went with the sponsor, and we get there the whole while we listen and everything. So when we get ready to leave, he was like, you didn't see that lady in there? I'm like, what lady? He said, Miss Brinkley. I was like, oh man. I said, my heart just dropped, and I was like, man, I ain't going back. And it was just me thinking that maybe she would try to get back or do something, you know, just something that'll get me messed up in there. And I waited about 2 weeks, and like I said, I prayed on it, and I was like, I'm going to the meeting. I go to the meeting, and we sit there and we go through the meeting or whatever, and she got up and she was talking to 2 older ladies. So I just took the nerve and I went over there and I tapped her on the shoulder. I said, Miss Harriet. She looked at me. She was like, she said, I was wondering when you was going to come over here and see me. She already knew I had them being there the whole while, and I didn't. And we just, I mean, I hugged her, she hugged me, and we just both shared tears, and she's a wonderful lady. I mean, that's all I can say. She told me all was well. She was like, you don't understand. Another reason why I forgave you, she said, I used to be out there in the streets. She said, it could have just easily been me. And I felt like that was understanding enough for me. Yeah, we go through that, and it's like they were saying that we wasn't supposed to be. I would tell my programmers or whatever. They got a thing that's, say, the crime victim, family member, and say me, an inmate, we're not supposed to correspond or whatever. But I told him, I was like, why we can't? I mean, if she's writing me in these letters, I said, that's why I keep every letter that I get, so that y'all would know, you know, this lady's a real, she's genuine, you know. And after that, it was, you know, they left me alone, but I think they need to change that too. A lot of guys are not getting out behind the crime victim, well, the crime victim's spouse or whatever, you know, or family members. I feel like the judge is the one should judge that and not the family member. I don't get me wrong, because I could say if it was somebody in my family member, I don't know how I would feel as well. But I just feel like we don't have enough push, you know what I'm saying, to build ourselves back up, you know. And like I say, Miss Brinkley's always been there, always encouraged me, like, you know, what you want to do, what kind of class you want to take, you know. It's different little stuff that plays a role. And, you know, by us being as, like we are, her and my mom are real close friends, you know. She'll call and check on my mom, make sure I ask her how she's doing. They probably about the same age. But like I say, she's a sweet lady. Every holiday come around, she'll send me a card, you know, like how you doing, da da da, send you a card, da da da. And I was seeing, you know, we just was corresponding back and forth like that.
She's like family to you.
Yeah, yeah. Like I say, I think I was at my lowest, and I don't know if she went, when she read a letter of mine, it was like, you know, don't give up, you know, just stay strong. God got a plan for you, you know. And she, like I said, she said before, how can I forgive and you can't forgive yourself? So that was a hard question and a hard pill to pretty much swallow. And then it's like I started involving myself in church, trying to get myself together, and here I am now.